Well, New York City has entered phase 4 now of reopening. So what does it mean? Well, botanical gardens, zoos, pro sports without fans, though, and media production can resume. Social distancing and capacity limits are required. Malls, museums, indoor dining, that is all still on pause. But scenes like this over the weekend in Astoria, Queens, that has Governor Cuomo threatening to roll back reopening plans. You see a lot of folks not wearing masks. They're very close together. News 4's Rana Novini live in Astoria with what neighbors are saying today, Rana.
Yeah, well, Natalie, people we talked to today are very concerned about what they saw over the weekend, and they're worried that if it's allowed to continue, the virus will make a comeback. The streets of Astoria filled with partiers over the weekend, many breaking the rules, with open containers of alcohol, no masks, and no social distancing.
The people is crazy.
90% of nobody wear a mask.
Longtime Astoria residents say they want the city to crack down on the crowds. The governor, once again, saying the police need to do more, or else.
The local governments are not doing their job. We cannot allow those congregations to continue. If it happens, I'll tell you what's going to happen. We're going to have to roll back the opening plan.
We saw a police car outnumbered and heckled by the crowds this weekend. The mayor now promising more police outside bars and restaurants.
We don't want to shut down restaurants, we don't want to shut down bars, but if we have to shut down a few of those, it is a hell of a lot better than seeing the coronavirus start to surge again in this city.
This restaurant on Steinway Street had its outdoor dining permit suspended.
They want to make an example of someone, and it just happens to be us.
The owner of Brick telling us via FaceTime he doesn't understand how the city expects restaurants to control crowds.
The other day, Saturday, when the police were there, my place, then down the block, a few avenues over, the same thing was going on.
And the owner of Brick tells us that he did have signs up in the restaurant to remind customers of the rules. He had also hired security guards over the weekend. He now has to, since his outdoor dining permit is suspended, he now has to provide a new plan to the city showing new rules and new ways they plan to enforce that social distancing. Reporting live in Astoria, Rana Novini, News 4, New York.
All right, Rana, thank you. Well, for now, phase 4 is going forward. It's a day that people working at popular tourist attractions have been waiting for months now. News 4's Mark Santia has a look at the changes now greeting visitors.
Making a splash again at the Bronx Zoo. Phase 4 has everyone voicing their approval.
There are social distancing reminders and hand sanitizers throughout the zoo. And remember, if you visit, you have to wear a mask.
It's great to be out as a family. It's a beautiful day, even though it's scorching hot. And so it's just great that the zoo is able to reopen.
The Reiner family says they appreciate the extra precautions put in place by the zoo.
We're really happy with all the safety features that they have, the cleaning stations and everything. But overall, just the ability to just do a normal family day, you can't put a price on that.
Everyone, including members, must get tickets online and in advance. Healthcare heroes get free admission through the summer. Find zoos unbearable? There are other options during phase 4. The Bronx Botanical Garden, Liberty Park, and the Empire State Building are also back open.
These productions, when they're filming, they really work with a lot of local businesses.
Phase 4 also means TV and film productions are rolling once again throughout the city.
So that's very exciting to be able to see that activity starting up again and people being able to get back to work.
In the Bronx, Mark Santia, News 4 New York.
All right, if you're a New Jersey parent, you're worried about sending your kids back to class, you now have the option of all remote learning when schools reopen this fall. Governor Phil Murphy says the Department of Education will be issuing guidance later this week. In the meantime, practices, contact drills, and competitions resume today for high-risk sports such as football, rugby, wrestling, and cheerleading, but they have to be held in outdoor venues.